Well, that's what brings you in. No. I'm gonna have you come up with this thing, right? Sure. Anybody or what? No. First call for everybody. You're starting. Yeah. Well, let's hit stop stream now. Okay. We can crop it out. So is it only the seat? Yeah, the camera's just for now. Yeah. Probably just sit down. Oh, you want to stand up? Okay. Yeah. I can like tweak up a little bit. I just prefer it. Like, yeah. Move around too much. We'll leave a little gap in the middle. Yeah, just a little.
Yo, have a seat, everyone.
You're not wearing the Bitcoin. I know. It's not. Yeah. It is not. There is no snow. You're late. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being with me. Holding a microphone, not you can hear me, but most so that the people on the stream. So far, a huge listenership. Maybe we don't. My name is Jarrett. It's good to see you guys. In the Solana chat, my name, Jarrett Vaughn. I don't make things complicated. I got a crypto podcast and I teach crypto. The Web3 podcast is the name of the podcast, so it's really good to be with you guys here today. Lots of familiar faces that I haven't before. This is our second Solana here in Vancouver, so we're really excited to be in space, which is super exciting. Today we have two members, Mago Vibe and Dan with the Solana Foundation. They're both talk to us before we get this evening. I teach university and always revert every morning because I usually talk. They don't ever let me talk at time. But before we have Solana guys and tell amazing things, I'm going to introduce you to Michael, who is the key of this such. He's going to give us a little bit of an intro, and I guess he's going to us as well. Can you welcome?
All right, we can. All right, welcome everyone.
Want to sit in this seat?
Sure. Then that way we for the stream here too. Hello everyone. Nice to see you all faces here tonight. Familiar ones as well. For those of you not familiar with this place, Central or Decentral, it's been around for like 10 years. It's been like one of the longest crypto hacker space in the world. Well, Canada is. Kind of just this really cool area for hang out and share ideas and think about centralization and kinds of open source ideas. Hence why we're here for these kind of things. So, yeah, feel the place out. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Happy to have everyone tonight, and yeah, just looking forward to this kick off here. Okay,
much. Generous of offer the space to us. Sometimes this costs a lot of money. Sometimes they're not that cool. It's great to be that has so much history. Make sure you you haven't been here before, make sure you go around and look at the things and ask Tangle or maybe other people who've been here before to some of these random artifacts we have here. There's lots of cool things. The lighting on the sidewalk is for that thing.
We just call it the YVR Sidewalk. If you want, you can go to yvrsidewalk.com. Live stream is currently, but you can actually the sidewalk from anywhere in the world using the fantastic technology of Web3. It's currently only on Polygon, but we are actively working on Solana. So yeah, it's soon TM. So a bunch of fix there, but
can we change it to like vote Trudeau?
We can change it to say what we want. You can say we right tonight.
I'm just throwing it out.
You know, some people sort of thing.
Some people they're unwelcome. Just kidding. We're gonna start off. Sorry, we're gonna have some food later, so we're gonna have some taco-ish kind of food. Please stay around for that to talk. So I'm gonna introduce Dan. You is community manager, community product manager with the Solana Foundation. He lives here, which is pretty cool. We got a couple Solana people here in Vancouver, and Dan being one of the people, so he's gonna come and chat with us about the Solana ecosystem. Dan, take a seat in the barber chair. It's all yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Jarrett, and thank you, Tango. Unlike Jarrett, I make things complicated. I'm on Twitter and everything else. So, but my name is Dan for the Solana Foundation. Can you guys hear me working? Okay, perfect. And excited to be here, guys. The Vancouver crew has been killing it lately, with this setup, and really kind of see this expand. Big me this year is growing market in and clubs and stuff country. So we'll dive into that. So one of the big touch points that I'm going to go over today is state of the ecosystem. I want to talk about space things that's going ecosystem that are touch a little bit about the Solana Foundation and its role with the ecosystem, and finally growing the Canadian market. I'm not going to go too in depth. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but really impactful. Yeah, let's get into it. So first off, with the base layer, the validation, a good place to start. So this was taking in September. The data might have been changed a bit since then, but this was we do monthly, or I think every we'll do a validator report going over the state of the work. And during September, we just under 2,000 block producing validators, Nakamoto efficiency of 31, and 2 different validator clients, being Jito, kind of a fork of the Solana Labs client with added MEV technology, which is really interesting. And this kind of compares some of the other ecosystems that you be more familiar with. And continuing on, there's obviously the efficiency. There's not just a metric that kind of decentralization. And another is looking at data and where a lot of the nodes are located. So the biggest center that has the most amount of nodes is Terra Switch with 18%, and then it goes down from that. Pretty good distributed. And then it goes into the country distributions, the US being the biggest, the pie at 29%, and Canada having 0.1%. So shout out to the validators if you are one in, and this kind of number grow for Canada especially would be amazing. Like I spoke about, client capacity. This is really important. Centralization in the network, also having no single point of failure across the entire stack, bottoms up. And one of the big projects that we're excited about is FireDancer. Many of you probably heard this. This is a rewrite from the validator standpoint by the crypto team in C, so completely from the ground up. If you guys don't know Kevin, definitely go check him out. One of the biggest gigabrains ecosystem. So yeah, we'll work from that team. They during Breakpoint, they launched on testnet, or part of their client on testnet, and continue rolling out in the to see how this kind of continues. And other clients like written in a completely other different language, and then potential clients in the future, and really a strong client diversity. Like I said, having not a single point of failure is really important. Going over energy consumption has kind of been a big, especially with systems and a lot of the public blockchain as that's very energy efficient. And one transaction is actually takes less energy than a Google search, and you don't necessarily think about Google search being energy consuming. That's kind of a cool thing to look at. And also, I'm quite sure, positive that the entire network is carbon offset. So our consumption and footprint is important to us, and continuously making this better. What we strive for. We can also chart. You'll go some of the other networks like Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bottom, the big heavy driver. Go ahead. Yep. Yeah. 100%. And trying to, other networks. I think, I love Bitcoin and other things, but those things that kind of keep my totally agree. Another cool pieces of technology that's been launched within the last year is suppression. Most of you guys will know about mint NFTs for really cheap. So, for example, you can mint and this will be on the of Solana, but during you could mint a million NFTs for about $250. This opens up new models for companies and ways of thinking about NFTs. It's not just as for clubs, but for creators, or Helium, which provides 5G network in a centralized fashion, compress NFTs as measuring their hotspot. Every time you have a hotspot, it's actually a compressed NFT backend. This has really opened up a lot of new technology and possibility for builders, and it's really cool to see providing more tools to builders to be able to kind of top of this stack. Another cool tech is fee markets, and really, if you think of most like Ethereum, there's kind of one pipeline and one bottleneck, and if it's not congested, that's fine. But if there's a high payment for a big opportunity, that kind of ruins the fees will spike, and that'll affect other things like payments and USDC. On the high on Solana with Parallax, you can kind of split in different ways and have an arbitrage opportunity. You will see fees, but it'll be customized to specific state that people can test for. So and then we're seeing this out where you'll have NFT mint, but payments are still a fraction of a penny able to transact. So see, there's a lot of that need to be made, obviously, but this is some of the cool things that have gone on this year. Token extension is also a piece of tech that's coming out, known as Token 22, and this adds functionality to tokens and the existing current stack for that. So things like propagation and transfers would be something for stable coins, confidential transfer within bound tokens, and transfer fees, which would be like if I send tokens, there's an off, and you send a 5% tax every time there's a transaction. So you don't have to use these, but these are just more tools. Builders can come in, take these existing tools, and start to think about new possibilities, ways to think blockchain. Another cool Solana Mobile, obviously, as you know, or probably it's sold out recently, and that's because of the technology that built. leave it at that. But there is some really good tech behind the scenes. You know, list of yeah things so quickly. There's mobile 2 that just came out as well. And these 2 mobile devices have 2 big common pieces of technology. The seed vault, which keeps your keys off of the device and stores it in your element. This is where you'll have things like Face ID and more very data. And it's able to kind of securely store these keys and have this interface. And then the store, obviously, the Apple tax everyone, and also that you kind of building applications, having the dApp store and giving more freedom to builders to come in and build apps is like I said, same theme, giving opportunities to builders to come up with new models. So that's some of the high-level pieces of tech that I talk about during next year. There's definitely a lot more, and you know, kind of on the higher level of things, once you go down into some projects that are actually using, and it's really kind of going on some people, some things doing. Like I said in the beginning, I work for the Foundation. Let's kind of go over on what the foundation is and how it's acting with the. So the way we like to look at the Solana network, blockchain, and its community, it's very much these, and it will look like we see ones as cities where companies hire workers, cities create citizens, companies that generate profit, while cities generate economy, companies users while cities acquire producers, and companies make profit while cities enact payments. So this is a higher level of things that we like to talk about, and then that kind of translates into a lot of what we do. Here's another kind of video of looking at kind of like inwardly and outwardly. Not saying there's any companies. This is just how we look at things. The foundation ecosystem and how to work around. The foundation is a coordinating entity, and it's not a controlling. We don't want to necessarily tell you what to do. We want to be there to support. The foundation as the ecosystem's kind of office, enacting minimum government and encouraging maximum governance throughout the population of the network. The mayor's office to attract producers to build and process themselves. We want you guys to that's how we are in our eye. And then these producers, you know, we also want them to have diverse backgrounds, skills, industries, all the above, so that you know it's not just specific to one kind of. Oh, we only do defense, we only do these projects. We want any use cases as possible to be on the network. Visually, how it's going to look like in the beginning when you're starting, you know, network from the ground up. Obviously, really difficult, hardest things of outside of the tech is building that foundation, having you know the right come in and grow ground up when you know, especially in the beginning, there's you know no proven track. So really, but how does it look like in the future? Well, it looks like the system completely takes way above anything that we could do, and like I said, we're here to kind of enable builders, and the ecosystem drives it. And I don't know, but I'm quite sure that we are already beyond an inflection point, and really excited to see, you know, where this goes. So that was kind of a high level of foundation is and how we put things. And like I said at the beginning, I work on really my main role right now. Foundation is growing the Canadian ecosystem and doing things with some of the groups here in Vancouver and other places, Toronto and Montreal and other cities, and kind of growing, you know, a major network of builders so that they can go prosper for themselves. So we have tier teams here. Monkey DAO is obviously it's not necessarily. There's a lot of key players: Klano, Rory, VibeNet, Ilias, you know, and all these big teams that are across the country, absolutely crushing it. That you know, industry standard. So we have a lot of incredible projects. The quality of debt in universities is also insane. We look at U of T, McGill, Waterloo, University of Calgary. And what's really interesting to me personally is when I'm at hackathons, we might be the best raw numbers and submissions, but really cool is to see the percentage of submissions projects to hackathons is huge to win it. So that percentage of projects that want to win these hackathons is above almost orders of magnitude in the country. So quality is super high in Canada, and really learning about this is like, okay, we need to activate, do more here. And part of this in-person meetups, like so the organizers here, Toronto doing an incredible job, Monkey DAO, incredible meetups and small to the big, and really to hacker houses. Had a couple years in Vancouver, and really I want more of this. I want people to come together. I think that's where a lot of this magic is hard to kind of quantify what this means. But I think the more we do this, the more we get comfortable, projects and problems get solved. So that's a high level of what I do. Appreciate you guys. Really excited to learn more, to talk if you guys have questions. Happy to answer any. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That was excellent. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is please get scanned in. Okay, are you getting food? Will scan because if you get in, then you will get a tea, which are very coveted. Well, they will be, right? Few things in the future. Hey, Britney Spears.
Hello. How you
There
doing?
we go.
Can you hear me okay?
So this is Mago. Mago is with Network and marketing for. He also organizes along with other of us these events. It's super exciting to you here. Want to find him on Telegram? His first name. An easy guy to get a hold of.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm
ready?
not doc, so it's all
Yeah. Thank you. It's really 17 to be doc.
yeah. Hey everyone, my name is Mega, head of marketing at Network, also one of the organizers here. So glad to be here today. And before I start, who's Alpha? Yeah, we all like Alpha. So unfortunately, I don't have Alpha for you guys tonight, but I'll teach you guys how you can Alpha using Alpha Vibe. Okay, let's start with what is Alpha Vibe. At its core, Vibe is an analytics platform. It covers a wide range of things, from NFT data, token data, pricing, on-chain metrics. Pretty much covers the whole range there. But I'm not going to go through everything today. I'm just going to give you guys kind of a couple of things that I like to use Vibe to get alpha on what's going on Solana. Okay, so 3 ways. Let's start with wallet profiles. I like this method because it's a lazy way to get alpha, probably the easiest way. Just jump into it here. Easiest thing to do is follow NFT influencer and whale wallet. They all basically to shield their own that their bag holding. By the time they do, it's usually too late to make any money. To do is to look at their wallet. So just for today, I have an example here of Joe McCann. Joe McCann? If you don't, you should know Joe McCann because he knows what he's doing. So okay, this is Joe McCann, his wallet. You can see here, you can see basically the changes in his, can you guys see? Okay, perfect. You can see the changes in his wallet here. You can look at 7 days, big changes happening. You can see what app he holds over here down. Some more details. So Goose FX, Boo. NFT collections holds over here. So he Looks like he's big on maths. This gives you a good idea of what he's holding in his wallets, right? Over here, this is a visual representation of all the activity that Joe McCann's been doing in this wallet. A lot to see here, but let's zoom in. You can see he's been interacting with Camino, with Phoenix, a lot going on here. So great way to discover what the whales and the pros are doing. This is just general token transfer. This is actually my favorite spot. If you go to DeFi, you want to do this. This is essentially showing you all the he has staked using this wallet. So you see here he's on Orca, he's MarginFi. It looks like he's lending Bonk and he's on Drift. Tons of stuff on Drift. So this really gives you not only what assets to look at, also where to use those assets. And you can actually use this wallet here for your wallet to use it as a portfolio tracker as well. So type in the wallet address over here to go. The one thing you got to know to take advantage of this, you obviously have to have an address of a whale or NFT influencer. So the way to do that is by looking at leaderboards on projects, like as a leaderboard, Modify has a leaderboard, or by looking at Solana. So a lot of influencers will have their domain listed on Twitter, so you can just search for and plug in the wallet here. Or is by going to the wallet section over here. This is a search list. Takes a minute to look. Yeah, so you can see a bunch of wallets. So you can just look for specific wallets, and anything that comes to that looks interesting, you can use that as a way to find some interesting wallets. Okay, number one. Number two, program data. We go to program page. This gives you a list of all the programs on Solana. Essentially, any token that has a project, specific, like whether it's DeFi or gaming or anything like that, show up over here. You can filter for it based on category. DeFi is one of them. A couple of metrics I like to look at is TVL and DAU. TVL for total value locked and DAU for the active users. So this gives you this great leading indicator before pricing kicks in. If a program is performing well, pricing is going to fall sooner or later. Just to give you an example of how you can use this is something that recently happened, and this is actually a little bit of some alpha. On the ecosystem page, there's a trending program, and what I noticed on, I think it was Friday last week, was Pith staking at number 2. Now that seemed that's a bit uncommon. Pith staking, there's no yield to it, no rewards to it. It's just a governing staking. So in number 2 in play. So if I click on this, to the program details. And you can see here, just go to Thursday. Yeah, like there's a lot of data covers over here. I'll just focus on active users for now. What we can see is that in the last couple of days, it went from less than 200 active users way up to 24,000 users. That's a staking program that has zero yield. So there's definitely something going on, right? That's how this investigation started. And once I in a little bit more, noticed there were some rumors around that Pith might be an airdrop to anyone staking on their program. They're not mentioning it that way, but if you click on Pith, there's some airdrops for other tokens of other ecosystems, other projects. So that's one way to look at big changes. Okay, and last here is token. So let me go to the token page. I think we have a lot of coin lovers in our group. So I'm just they are. I'm gonna look at dog with because everyone likes this. So yeah, so the token page where you basically see, you know, your trading view chart with the gadgets, indicators that it has. Has a dedupe swap feature integrated, so you can do your swap right directly over with some of the metrics. My favorite part that I like to look at is this holder graph. So this is a indication when you combine it with trading and pricing data, it can give you a lot of information. So if we look at, I'm just going to go to data here. So if we look at hat, it's going in price, but holders is doing pretty good, right? It's still going up. So that gives me an indication that maybe sell-off is really sell-off. There's holders coming into ecosystem is growing. And this is really cool, especially smaller tokens that are just starting up the community. So looking at holders data is a great way to identify, you know, additional ways to, you know, what's going on with the token. That's for Alpha Vibe section, but I just want to mention that we have APIs coming soon. If you are a developer, a startup project that needs data, please come chat with us. That's it for me. Find me afterward. You guys have any questions?
That was great. That was actually really good. Yeah, I didn't have high expectations for you. That was really impressive. I'm just kidding about the expectations, but I found that actually cool. Great. So what's super exciting is that we have some local guys here in town that are doing stuff. One thing that Dan mentioned, like he was like, I don't want to slag on any other network, Bitcoin or whatever, and I think that's important, is the Solana community here to be a uniting force along with everyone else in the space. And it's exciting to be here in a space like this, you know, has ETH meetups and a long history with Bitcoin, and to be welcomed in this is super cool for many of us. And that's kind of the vision that we have with this group is to just get together with ecosystems and community and talk about stuff and solve problems, get buying with, right? That's all the main objective. That's all we really have for official evening here as far as speakers are concerned. So DJ, you got food back here? So we got tacos and fries. So this is a old pizza event. That's how we roll. At least maybe next time we will. So for those old Solana, one thing cool to mention is you can actually your soul here in Vancouver. Go down to where we had this event last month, Pony's Tavern Convention Center. You can actually spend soul or ETH or Bitcoin to buy food, which is super cool. We see some mapping here where you can spend Bitcoin. It's super important to communities that we're so in. So, you know, if you're holding, you can go out there and drop some and support some local, which is super important. All right. Enjoy the food, guys, and hang out. Have a great night.